curse here, a curse there, a curse for he and she. White hair, a bottomless curse, a bottomless sea, source of all greatness, all things that be. Listen for the baneful chants. Weep with them as one in trance. And weep with us. Oh, weep with us.
Hello, welcome back to Bloodborne. Last little leg of the Arcanist series here. This is going to be a short one because I wanted to do something special for the Orphan of Kaz. So that's going to be a separate video, episode number 10. As you saw in the previous clip, if you speak to the guy at the beginning of the fishing hamlet while wearing the milkweed rune, he gives you the Accursed Brew Hunter tool. It's a very good tool. It's... if Molotovs scaled like the rest of the Hunter tools and dealt arcane damage, that's basically what Accursed Brew would be. It's just a big grenade that you lob, and it's got pretty good area of effect. You can hit multiple enemies with it, but even on a single enemy it does a very good amount of damage, especially considering it only costs 2 bullets. But we're going to be clearing out the fishing hamlet here, and there are 3 blood gems and 1 blood rock that I'm going to be focusing on for the purposes of this video. This is the last house in the main area around the well, and that was an odd fire blood gem triangle shape. It's pretty good if you have a weapon with a triangle slot that you want to make fire, such as threaded cane, beast cutter, or whirligig saw. This is the bridge where Brador would normally invade, but I already killed him in his cell. But I wanted to show you these guys, the dudes with the big poles that shoot lightning at you. They drop very nice bolt gems. Usually radial, but sometimes you get other shapes. I ended up getting a waning later on. This one's 19.5, but they come up to 20.3. And then right after this group of guys is going to be the next blood gem. Okay, those guys are out of the way. This is the second bridge. Okay, that back there led to a shortcut. I've already opened it. But you go down this ladder here, and this is how you get to the rest of the level. And it's also where the blood gem is. Now, to the left here is the blood gem. That one right there. And this is a bloodstone chunk. There's a lot of chunks in this area. Pretty slim pickings up until now, but if you collect the chunks here and the chunks throughout the rest of the base game, you should end up with enough to get 3 plus 10 weapons. Sorry, 3 plus 9 weapons. And then you get 2 rocks, 1 in the main game and 1 in the DLC. And then, as you can see, I have 65 insight, so I can actually buy a 3rd rock, and I think I will, so that I can upgrade Kaz Parasite once I obtain it. These Frenzy Brains here, Winter Lanterns, I believe they're called in the official guide, they're kind of mean. You got to make sure you have a Frenzy Resist rune and wear decent gear. I actually have the Crow Feather hat, but you can't see it due to the Milkweed rune. These ladies drop pretty cool gems for physical builds. I'm actually going to be farming a little bit to get physical gems so that I can parry spam the Orphan of Kaz, because doing it with an elemental weapon, he's like Logarius. He's very resistant to all elemental damage, and that causes problems. So I'm going to try to get top tier physical gems from these guys before I fight him, which will increase the visceral damage. This way here is to the last of our 3 gems. This one's a waning gem. The other 2 were triangles. I'll be using that flat arcane triangle that I picked up earlier on in Kaz Parasite. But I won't really have any use for the other 2 gems in my loadout, because of the weapons that I'm using, I already have decent gems. I've got a nice waning gem for fire, and I've got a nice waning gem for bolt. The 16.5 from Yahar'gul is sometimes better than the flat bolt gem that we're going to find here in a moment. Now, these guys are really rude. Ladies? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Up until now, there weren't really a lot of gems in the DLC for arcane builds. It's pretty much here in the Fishing Hamlet that we find any good gems at all. These ladies, the slug ladies, they drop Fool's and Poor Man's gems, which are, again, usually oriented for physical builds. And the lightning caster dudes here drop the bolt gems. Anyway, odd bolt gem there, blood rock there, boom. So this is the setup that I'm using for the Orphan of Kaz. Haven't beat him yet, but wish me luck. 22.3 physical attack up on all 3 gems. Clawmark Rune, Udenwrythe, and Blood Rapture. I might swap out the Udenwrythe for another Clawmark Rune if I find I don't need the bullets. But that'll be the next episode. I hope to see you then.